Aloha and welcome to This Is Now. First at noon, a live look at the supersized surf rolling into Oahu's North Shore. This swell is only expected to get bigger into the weekend with 20 to 30 foot waves along north shores and 15 to 20 feet for west facing shores. And the big story in the surfing world, the eddy is on. Organizers of the world renowned big wave surfing competition are quickly preparing to host the event just 2 days from now. And the excitement is surely growing. Joining us now with more on this is our Kyle Chinen. Kyle, what can you tell us?
Well, Dylan, I'll tell you quite plainly, the Bay called the day. Organizers made the call at around 8:30 this morning. The eddy is on. Now the excitement is mounting as the wave conditions have to be just right for the contest to go. Now this will be the 11th time the contest has run in the past 40 years. The waves must consistently reach 40 feet for the eddy to be on. The contest is set for Sunday, December 22nd at YMCA Bay with a field of some of the best big wave surfers in the world.
Well, basically, we waited for the last data that comes in this morning around 8 a.m. And there's not one forecaster that I work with that has said not to run. So we went ahead and went with the consensus there. I'm very confident we're going to get big waves. We're going to get what we need. All the factors are lining up. This is a big decision. It's not a decision I make on my own. Of course, Clyde Agcal and others and our committee of people. I'm the contest director, so ultimately I make the final decision here. But what everybody needs to understand is Mother Nature, the higher power, the Bay itself, the Bay will call the day.
Now there will be 6 former champions braving the waves at Waimea Bay, including 2023 winner Luke Shepardson. We'll hear more from surfers coming up in our evening newscast. Now stick with Hawaii News Now, leading up to and on the day of the contest, as we'll have team coverage of the 11th running of the Eddie Aikau Big Wave Invitational. Kyle Chinen, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you so much, Kyle. For more on the anticipated swell, let's get to our Guy Hoggy with your first alert forecast.
Aloha on this Friday. The high surf warning for north and west shores from Maui to Kauai has been extended until Saturday. It'll likely be extended beyond that because there are more swells on the way. We've got one swell today, right? It's coming up this afternoon. Early tomorrow morning, another boost coming in. But this is the big swell. This is why the eddy has been called on for Sunday. It's going to be big. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be life-threatening. And that's all the way through Monday. And then another swell looming for Wednesday.
And now to an update on more breaking news that we've been following all morning. A 28-year-old man is dead after being shot in Waianae. HPD was called out to the scene on Maliona Street just after 9 p.m. last night. This is right across Farrington Highway from Maili Beach Park. Police said an investigation found the victim was with his friends at a home when a white Toyota Camry drove past them. Moments later, multiple shots were fired. The victim fell onto the ground and went unconscious. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Witnesses say the Camry fled toward Farrington Highway. At last check, no arrests have been made. Anyone with information should call police. And in another incident, a man is dead after he was hit by a car in the Makaha area. This happened around 10:50 last night on Makaha Valley Road. HPD said the man, who is believed to be in his 60s, was hit as he walked in the roadway. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the vehicle did not stop to help. If you have any information here, call HPD. Federal investigators are continuing to examine the wreckage of Tuesday's Kamaka Air plane crash near Honolulu's airport. Tributes continue to pour in for the 2 men killed as the investigation is still in its very early stages. Crews continued removing debris from the crash site today. NTSB and other experts were on site yesterday and revealed that one of the challenges will be collecting all the pieces of the airplane, which is very fragmented.
This plane was not required to have a cockpit voice recorder, but there are other things that were on board the airplane, non-volatile materials that we hope have some information about the engine, about maybe the propeller or the turbine engine and the aircraft that we can hopefully get some information from.
The NTSB said it's too soon to know whether mechanical issues or certain actions by the young pilots led to the tragedy. NTSB said it will take several months to determine the cause. And new details on the man arrested after a 5-hour standoff at the Don Quijote store on Kaheka Street on Wednesday. Officers booked Karen Hayes for criminal property damage just after 10 Wednesday night. Police say the 34-year-old locked himself in a storage room, tried to set a box on fire, and was throwing bottles of liquor around the store. Damage is estimated at $7,000. Charges are pending. And one of 3 escaped inmates is back in custody on Hawaii Island. Police located Joseph Fernandez Wednesday night at a home in the Hawaiian Ocean View Estates subdivision. Fernandez, Clyde Loa Jr., and Kawai Pomroy allegedly stole the car of an employee at the Halenani work furlough facility last Friday. If you have any tips, call the number on your screen. And we are just hours away from a government shutdown, which is set to take effect at midnight tonight unless Congress can pass a plan to continue funding the government. Nydia Cavazos is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Republicans are trying to find legislation that can win support from their own ranks and keep the government open.
I expect that we will be proceeding forward. We will not have a government shutdown.
The latest plan is to bring forward the same bill that fell Thursday night, but without the provision to suspend the debt ceiling, something President-elect Donald Trump pushed for.
This is a negotiation that's been going on since early this morning, and I'm sure they've had conversations with the President-elect's transition team to decide how to move forward.
Republicans have left Democrats out of the negotiations, and Democrats say any shutdown will be on Republicans.
Don't come to us and say, you got to vote for our thing or it's your fault. This is not how it works.
Democratic leaders have also been in communication with President Joe Biden. Meanwhile, government workers are being told to prepare for the worst.
Agencies did start notifying their employees of their potential furlough today at noon.
Only essential workers would be allowed to work. That does not include people preparing for Trump's big day.
The planning for a January 20th inauguration that is spectacular will have to be paused.
TSA workers would still be on the job, but without pay. And the agency warns there could be delays at the airport. Nydia Cavazos, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Through partnership with the state and YMCA, what this means for the program. And ideas for the future of Aloha Stadium takes shape, what it could look like just ahead on This Is Now. A new partnership just in time for the holidays will help more than a dozen people at risk of homelessness. The YMCA of Honolulu on Atkinson Street says 16 of its guests either ran out of financial aid support or had acquired mounting bills. It worked with the state to find funding that'll keep all of them off of the streets.
The YMCA will provide continued support for these guests through January 9th, 2025. And the state of Hawaii will extend that support for an additional 3 months through April 9th, 2025. This combined effort gives these guests more time, stability, and access to critical resources to help them transition to sustainable housing or explore additional options to remain at the YMCA.
I've been in this situation where my other partner and his son-in-law who's on the street, and we have to combine our income to try to help them that don't have income. And they've been from one end to another end, and so that's why it got us to our situation.
Now, the Central Y has been open at the Atkinson location since 1951 and now has 113 guest rooms. It provides short-term stays at $65 a night. And for the first time yesterday, the Aloha Stadium District Master Developers revealed details of their plans to the Stadium Authority. Our Daryl Huff reports.
To save money, the developer plans to build a new stadium in exactly the same footprint as the old one. But other than that, things here will look completely different.
The quintessential opportunity to have a blank canvas and to really create a 21st century new urban community.
Local housing developer Stanford Carr leads the Aloha Halava District Partners. Its 20 to 30-year vision, laid out for the Stadium Authority today, starts with a promenade of food, retail, and music venues connecting the rail station to the new stadium. Called Aloha Live, Carr compared it to Waikiki in the 70s.
It was a destination where locals would go. We don't have that anymore.
The entertainment area is patterned after the Kansas City Power and Light District, which was developed by the Cordish companies who are part of the Halava Partnership.
It's caused others to come in and develop around the city, where you now have thousands and thousands of residential units, new restaurants, new cultural activities.
Along with concerts and athletic events, they picture attractions like museums and halls of fame for local music and sports, a modern elementary school in an urban neighborhood with mid-rise, mixed-use buildings and about 4,000 housing units for all income levels.
Me personally doesn't necessarily envision another Waikiki there, you know, kind of thing with all the high-rise.
Carr said the high-rises would cluster around the stadium and building heights step down from there to create an interesting skyline and protect viewplanes.
It reflects a lot of what the community has been asking for, and so we're really excited about what the potential of this location is.
I think it's a great addition to our island, the area, and of course we want to be sensitive to the cultural aspect and the surrounding communities, but they did a great job.
The 25,000-seat stadium will be paid for with $350 million from taxpayers and another $100 million or more from the developer, with revenue it makes from the projects, which must also cover stadium operations and maintenance costs, all while guaranteeing UH football games have priority.
That was one reason why we're here. We need to save the program.
There you go. All these new ideas will bring up new questions, and the developer is required to reach out to the community beginning in February. Reporting from Aloha Stadium, Daryl Huff, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you so much, Daryl. The largest party supply store in the country is shutting down all of its stores after nearly 40 years in business. At this point, it's unclear how Hawaii stores will be impacted, but we're working to confirm that. Friday, Party City's corporate employees were told this will be their last day of employment. The company's CEO said Party City will be winding down operations immediately. He pointed to the company's financial challenges as for the reason of its collapse. Party City filed for bankruptcy in January of last year. The plan canceled nearly $1 billion in debt, dissolved the company's stock, and kept a majority of its 800 stores open. But that wasn't enough. The chain still had more than $800 million in debt, and that strained earnings this year. Tesla is recalling nearly 700,000 vehicles because of an issue with the tire pressure monitoring system warning light. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said the affected vehicles include certain model years of the Cybertruck Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. The NHTSA said the tire pressure monitoring system on the vehicles may not stay lit between driving cycles, failing to warn drivers of low tire pressure. Driving with improperly inflated tires can increase the risk of a crash. To fix the problem, Tesla is releasing a free over-the-air software update to vehicle owners. And there's just 5 more days till Christmas. How is holiday travel shaping up across the nation? Those details still ahead. And coming up, your 7-day forecast. Let's also take one more live look at the waves out on Oahu's North Shore. Once again, the eddy is slated to go this Sunday. We'll have more information coming up in later editions of our newscasts.
Aloha on this Friday. The Eddie Big Wave Invitational Surf Contest has been called on. The green light is on for Sunday because multiple swells are heading into North and West Shores. The first one coming up this afternoon, and that's why the high surf warning has been extended until tomorrow night. And with those other swells coming in, there's going to be another extension for that warning, pretty much guaranteed, probably through Monday. So again, we got a big swell coming in this afternoon, another boost later in the overnight hours through early tomorrow morning. But this is the big eddy swell coming in early Sunday morning, going to be big all day Sunday, and that should guarantee the competition from having some consistent big waves, wave faces maybe upwards of 40 feet, maybe even bigger than that. And then behind that, we got another big swell coming in sometime Wednesday into Thursday. So these are the wave heights for today, for this afternoon. 25 to 35 in the country. Already, most surf spots in the country are washed out except for Waimea Bay. It's small Waimea this morning, getting bigger throughout the day. Should be good practice for all of the competitors for the eddy. 20 to 25 on the west side, and that's dangerous and life-threatening as well. Not a whole lot happening for south or east shores. Now, the weather's going to be rather calm for the next several days. Not much rain out there. If anything, with the light winds, we might get some pop-up showers. This morning, a dissipating front brought a few light showers for windward Oahu, but they have since dried up. Now, these winds are going to run light all the way until Sunday night. So for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, with these light winds, we'll have this weather pattern. Morning sunshine, maybe a few morning showers, lots of sunshine during the day, and then in the afternoon, clouds will build around the mountains, and that cloud buildup could spawn a few showers into the early evening, dissipating and clearing in the overnight hours. And that's going to be the weather pattern today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. We're highlighting Sunday for the eddy, which is got the green light. Remember that. It's going to be a mess up there in terms of crowd, in terms of traffic, so heads up on that. But the weather's going to be rather calm. The trade winds pick up speed on Sunday with an approaching front. We could see a few more showers for windward and Mauka areas on Monday, drier by Christmas Eve, and lighter winds come back for Christmas Day.
Thank you so much, Guy. Now to some news from the feeds. With millions of Americans hustling home for the holidays, Mother Nature could have other plans, and that just might impact whether you make it there in time.
We're going to Cancun.
San Antonio, Texas.
Going on a cruise. Yeah.
This morning, the Great Holiday Escape is on.
I always have travel anxiety. Just packing, make sure I have everything. I'll get there on time.
And Mother Nature is adding to the stress, with snow and windy conditions potentially causing delays and cancellations. In the Midwest, a winter storm expected to dump up to 8 inches of heavy snow. Thursday, there was a ground stop in Minneapolis due to ice on the tarmac. Down south, heavy rain causing flooding in parts of Florida. This as AAA predicts another record-breaking holiday travel period.
So 119 million people traveling over this almost 2-week time span is a new record, and it continues the record-breaking holiday travel we've seen all year.
Bill Lumani's family is among the 39 million passengers that TSA estimates it will screen through January 2nd.
It seems like it's not as crowded as it normally is around the holidays, so hopefully we made the right choice.
About 107 million travelers are expected to drive to their holiday destination. Some motorists on the East Coast already hitting major snags on the road.
I kind of thought it wouldn't be so bad today, but I was wrong. The traffic is just like 1 mile an hour, just inching forward. It's horrible.
Back at O'Hare?
So far, so good. No traffic.
This couple hopes their return flight will be just as smooth.
When are you coming back?
Christmas Day.
Why Christmas?
Cheaper to fly, and the airport's pretty dead.
Time for some good news now. Looking to sharpen your golf skills? There's a new business in the Ke'eaumoku area that might be able to help take your game to the next level. Casey Lund reports from Flighted Golf Sim.
Aloha and welcome to Flighted Golf Sim. We're here at 1500 King Street. I'm going to work on my swing today, and this is the perfect place to do it. Yeah, I need a little work. We are in one of the 7 bays down here on the first level of Flighted Golf Sim. This is an awesome space. They've got 7 bays down here on the first level, like I mentioned, and then we're going to take you upstairs here to the second level. This is the VIP lounge. And my friend Zach Kieschnick is here. Just hit a ball in the VIP lounge. My friend, thank you for being with us. PGA associate and director of instruction here. You guys have the latest tech. I mean, golf sims are nothing new, but they keep getting better, and you guys have the best.
Yes, we do. We have 4,000 square feet here right on South King in Honolulu. We got plenty of parking. We got 5 spots in the back. We got some parking out front after 6. So on Sunday, you can park all day out front.
Tell us about some of the data that you're able to collect here. You told me earlier there's no guessing.
We don't guess with our instruction. It's all data-driven, technique-driven. We don't teach fields here. We teach you how to get better.
Awesome. And then I just want to also talk a little bit about what you offer as far as instruction and packages. We know that golf is an expensive hobby, expensive sport to take up. It doesn't have to be, especially when you want to get some professional help.
Yeah, no, we make it very accessible here. With our 8 bays, I mean, there's usually always a place to hit. The packages run anywhere from 5 sessions all the way to 50 sessions. You can get deep discounts the further you buy into that. The lesson packages as well. Lessons right now, they run around $120 for an adult and $70 for a child. And then we're going to have some pricing coming out in the first of the year as well.
Talk to me a little bit about what this space can mean for, corporate events, whether you want to have a Christmas party or just get some buddies together.
Absolutely. Great spot to watch an NFL game. If you want to go watch the game, hit some golf balls, it's super affordable. You get 5, 6 guys together and you get the VIP room for $120 for 2 hours and watch your favorite team. I like the Cowboys. It's not been a very good season, but
it hasn't. I want to ask you just really quickly too before we go. If folks want to get in touch, they want to either book an event or learn about some of the instruction that you guys offer, where do they go?
You're going to go to flightedgolfsim.com.
Very good. And then we worked on my swing a little bit earlier today too, didn't we? Just some minor adjustments.
Yeah, so your swing wasn't too far off. We can work on the swing a little bit more. Basically, we worked on your setup.
Okay.
We got you a little more knee bend.
Maybe I should give it a shot here before we say goodbye.
Yeah. A little bit lower on the handle to get you to set the club a little better.
Let's see here.
Yeah,
hey,
really good.
Not too bad. All
That's
thanks to
pretty good.
Zach. Flighted Golf Sim here on King Street. Check them out. We have all the details at hawaiinewsnow.com. We'll send things back to you for now.
Thank you so much, Casey. Meanwhile, researchers on an expedition in Peru discovered 27 animal species new to science, and some are quite interesting. Now, these species have never gone through the formal process in which they are given a scientific name. Researchers found 4 mammals, 8 fish, 3 amphibians, and 10 butterfly species, among them the blob-headed fish, which gets its name for obvious reasons, of course. There's also an amphibious mouse with webbed toes, and other animals discovered also include a spiny mouse, a short-tailed fruit bat, and a dwarf squirrel. The survey was conducted by an environmental nonprofit over a 38-day expedition in 2022. So amazing to see those discoveries there. We thank you so much for tuning in to This Is Now. Stay with Hawaii News Now for the latest on the Eddy. Aloha.